What up, guys? Mike G with MDG Collections on hand. Today, November 9th, I think it is, 2017. First snowstorm for my Daytona 392. So it's going to be the first drive I'm going to take home in the snow. It's not really sticking that much. Microfiber brush, ladies and gentlemen. I would definitely recommend this. I've had this for years, used it with my last car, my Genesis that I had. You can use it for the body of the car. It's microfiber, it's super soft. You can unscrew right here, unscrew this part right here, take the head off, and then bring it into a house, a sink, or wherever you have a sink. Warm water just rinses, cleans it out, all right? But these bristles are super, super, super soft. So, just gonna prep right now. Actually start on the other side. But get most of the snow off. I would say that's probably about 2 inches on top of the car that I haven't touched until now. It's been snowing religiously since, I guess, 9 a.m. this morning. I would say flurry started at 9 a.m. So most of it off. Like I said, my car is wrapped, so I have plastic on the car. So right now, this brush is microfiber. It's safe for your actual paint, but the brush is on top of plastic, not even on top of my paint. So, drive coming soon. Alright guys, December 9th, 2017, Saturday, first snowstorm in New York. The roads are starting to now get coated. They were not coated before. I cleaned my car off, came back out, and just that quick, there was snow all over the entire car, just that quick. So, Daytona 392 rear-wheel drive car. Curious to see how it's going to handle. Overall, I have driven a rear-wheel drive car for pretty much the last, coming up on 8 years. My last car, my Genesis, was also rear-wheel drive. It was a V8, 375 horsepower car, so it's about equivalent to a 5.7 liter. Close. I'm sure 5.7 has a lot more kick. The 5.7 Daytona has 370 horsepower. It's an 8-speed, and my 2009 Genesis was a 6-speed, 375 horsepower V8. So it was a 4.6 liter compared to a 5.7. So as you can see, let's turn the windshield wipers on. The roads are coated. They are very, 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 very slippery. So I'm going to see how this drive is going to be all the way home. I'll try to video as much as I can as it's snowing out. So 392. This guy almost just went to the intersection. I'm more so worried about other people than I am myself. Like I said, before I had this car, my actual Genesis was a rear-wheel drive car, so I'm kind of used to driving a rear-wheel drive car in the snow. I prefer not to. I've been in a couple of serious situations with my Genesis where, you know, I got caught up in serious snow where it got up there and it was crazy. On the highway, I mean, you know, stuck. And then I got to the point where you'd have to turn ESC off, because the ESC, I couldn't move. I had to turn it off just to be able to get traction. So I'm not trying to get in a situation like that in this car. I am probably never going to be in a situation like this. If it's snow like this, I'll deal with it, but I'm not trying to go anything crazier than this. They said max we were going to get 6 inches, 4 to 6, so I took a chance, and I always wanted to do a video of me driving in the snow, so here it goes. This car has a lot more power than my Genesis did, so you got to be a little bit more careful with the throttle. You step on it a little bit, it jerks and it jumps up a lot more aggressive than my Genesis did. But at the same time, I've gotten familiar with the characteristics of this car since I've been having it almost 8 months, so I'm pretty used to it. Plus, like I said, I'm used to driving a rear-wheel drive car in New York City for all these years. For the most part, when my car is in this type of snow, or my last car I should say, it did pretty good. You know, it did decent when it came to like low snow like this, light snow like this. But you know, that car also, like I said, had a lot of power. All right, here we go, getting on the highway. The highways are always, usually here in New York, a lot more paved because, you know, it's a highway, it's more traffic or cars paving the road pretty much, and they're at a higher rate of speed for the most part on the highway, so that helps out with keeping the roads clear, or the highway I should say. Frost this window just a little bit. Here we go on the highway, 30 miles per hour. And the car handles decent on these type of roads. I'm not all over the place losing control. The ESC would kick in if I did get to a point where it's, for some reason the car just started to slide. The ESC would kick in and prevent me from sliding out. So I have electronic stability control on now, and it'll just stay on. You know, like I said, this isn't extreme conditions as far as super high risk or, you know, high snow. It's very low. The highway, like how I told you guys, has a lot of traffic on it. People going at a slightly higher rate of speed, so it helps clean the highway a lot more. But I'll stop it here. It's gonna be like this for a while, so I'm not gonna just keep wasting video for this. I'll start back up when I get around to the curve where it starts to open up a little bit more. All right, here we go down the ramp. Slight curve over to the right. The bridge above helps keep this pretty dry, as you can see. So now back in the open. So, like I said, at this point, the street would be comparable to just a regular wet street from rain. Honestly, it's not really accumulated snow on the highway, so I don't feel the car handling any different so far from what I'm used to handling wise in the rain when I've driven this car. I think that this is definitely comparable to that. It's not that snowy feel that you can feel as a driver that has lived in New York City, or a place that gets a lot of snow. You know, as a driver, you can feel that difference between how the roads feel when it rains and how the roads feel when it's snow. It's like that connection you have. You can just feel how how much more slippery it is when it's a snowy road. You can just feel it. You can feel it through the car. So I don't feel that right now. It's not enough snow for me to really feel that. So I just feel like this is kind of almost like just a surface that has just been rained on, even though it's actually snowing right now. But yeah, it is turning wet. So I'm going 54, no problems. Steering wheel is smooth, as you can see. One finger on it, it's not shaking. The steering wheel is not shaking or anything like that. It's just still locked in. I'm going pretty much close to 60 miles per hour, and it feels like the road feels just as smooth as it is when it's dry. So be coming up on a hill coming up close here, so we'll see if I get any difference with that. I'm sure my driveway is gonna have a little sheet of snow on it. I'll have to shovel that real fast once I get there. So, you know, people have to just realize when you have a car like this, yeah, it's fun to drive it fast, but in situations like this, you just got to take it easy overall. When you start trying to jam on it, get on it, accelerate, take off fast, is when you get into a lot of problems. You could be getting yourself into a lot of danger doing stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, overall, you just got to take it easy, just drive it regular. I mean, I got it in street mode. So I'm in street mode. Traction is in street, which is the most safe. Steering is in street. There's a guy already off to the left over there. Looks like in an Audi, stalled. So in these settings here, it would be probably the best settings to have or to use while you're in snowy conditions like this. I wouldn't take traction control off or do anything crazy like that. So traction, as you can see, like I said, on street, and everything else is on street. The whole car is on. That's my default settings. I have everything on street. We're going a little snowy area over here. So off the highway. Pick back up when I get in my driveway, guys. All right, in my driveway now, backing up, and camera a little unclear because of rain on it, but I'm just gonna hit the driveway a little bit with the shovel. Decent drive home. My driveway isn't that bad right now from how it has been over the years. Trust me. Let me get out and show you guys. We've had some crazy snowstorms here in New York City, and yeah, it's not that bad. So I'm just gonna hit it with the as you can see, my driveway goes all the way up here, all the way back to here. I'm gonna hit this right now with my shovel, and then I'm gonna put my car where it goes, behind my gate. Daytona 392 driven in the snow in New York City. First snowstorm. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this driveway. First drive with the Daytona in snow in New York. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be a wrap.